Before we begin, please like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new story.
The girl in this picture is named Rehab. From her photo, she looks like a beautiful 19-year-old, but in reality, she is the living example of the devil when he whispers to humans. The only reason her secret was revealed was because of a dream or a nightmare. Rehab, this is the full story. 2020 was the year of the case that happened in Beheira Governorate. Rehab, a beautiful girl, just 19 years old.
Everyone in the village knew how stunning she was. She herself knew it too. Even her family felt how much the young men of the village desired her because of the constant marriage proposals she'd been getting since she was much younger. But let's go back many years before the date of this case. Rehab's extended family lived together, and all the children played normally with one another except Rehab and Mahmoud. There was a powerful love story between them. Everyone in the family knew about it, and it was agreed they would get married one day. The family was actually happy about this relationship because Mahmoud was Rehab's cousin, her maternal aunt's son. So there would be no one else in the world who would care about her more than him. Mahmoud was only a year older than Rehab and was working hard to earn money so he could marry her as soon as possible. But then a conflict arose between the two families. Mahmoud's brother got into a fight with his sister, which led to major tension between Rehab's family and Mahmoud's. As a result, Rehab's father completely refused the idea of a relationship or marriage between Rehab and Mahmoud. The conflict grew to the point where the two families completely cut ties. That had a major impact on Rehab and Mahmoud's relationship. Rehab's father was adamant that Mahmoud would not be the one to marry his daughter. He told her to forget Mahmoud completely and that the last person she should ever imagine marrying would be him. Now that she was 19, many suitors were proposing, and he would pick the most suitable one for her. Rehab agreed to her father's decision, but she still had hope the families would reconcile and that her relationship with Mahmoud would resume. During this time, Mahmoud was secretly communicating with Rehab. He kept telling her he would never abandon her and that he would marry her no matter what. He tried proposing several times, but her father always rejected him and told him to stay away from his daughter completely. Then came a young man named Ahmed, 22 years old, financially stable, well-educated, and culturally appropriate. Rehab's family approved of him, and Rehab had no strong reason to refuse. So, she agreed, but she hoped Ahmed would back out once she began overwhelming him with demands. She started doing just that, making extravagant and financially overwhelming requests. Ones no girl in the village had ever made before. But to Rehab's surprise, Ahmed fulfilled every request and insisted on staying with her. He was proud to be marrying the most beautiful girl in the village. The engagement period was set to be 6 months. Mahmoud, her cousin, completely disappeared. He deeply respected the fact that Rehab was now engaged and decided to cut off all contact with her. During those 6 months, Ahmed got everything ready. He had a house prepared in the village for the wedding and another apartment in Cairo where he worked. The plan was for them to move to Cairo and start a new life after marriage. As the wedding day approached, just 2 days away, Rehab had her wedding dress made in Cairo. She traveled for multiple fittings, and the dress was scheduled to be picked up 2 days before the wedding. Ahmed got ready to travel to Cairo that morning to pick up the dress. He left the house at 8 o'clock a.m., but by 1 p.m., his family noticed he hadn't called. They tried reaching him multiple times, but his phone was always off.
They contacted his friends, but none of them had seen him. They even called the shop where the dress was supposed to be collected, but the staff said Ahmed never came. His family went to the local police station to file a missing person report. The security forces began investigating immediately. Over the next 4 days, all witnesses were questioned, and all the places Ahmed had visited were examined, but no evidence surfaced. The village had very few security cameras, which made things worse. Some witnesses claimed they saw Ahmed at the public transportation station heading to Cairo, but all agreed that he vanished suddenly, and no one knew which vehicle he took or where he went. The family was devastated. Rehab, whose wedding was in 2 days, was in complete shock. People tried to comfort her. On the 5th day, the police station was shocked when Mahmoud, Rehab's cousin, came in asking to speak urgently with the chief investigator. As soon as he met the officer, he confessed to everything. He said he was the one who killed Ahmed. Ahmed had been appearing to him every night in dreams and nightmares, asking him why he had done it. Mahmoud said he could no longer sleep or function. Tormented by guilt, he had to confess. Despite the difficulty of the case and lack of evidence, it was clear that the truth would eventually be discovered, but Mahmoud's confession greatly helped the investigation. The big question remained: why did Mahmoud do it, and how? Mahmoud said that during Rehab and Ahmed's engagement, he had stopped contacting Rehab, but Rehab kept calling him secretly every now and then, saying she still loved him and couldn't imagine marrying anyone else. Mahmoud told her there was nothing more he could do. He had already proposed several times and was always rejected by her father because of Rehab's constant pressure. Mahmoud came up with 2 ideas 3 days before the wedding. He called Rehab to discuss them. The first idea was for them to elope. Rehab rejected it. She didn't want to shame her family. The second idea was to meet with Ahmed and explain the strong love between him and Rehab, hoping Ahmed would step aside. Rehab also rejected this, saying Ahmed would never leave her, he loved her too much. Then Rehab proposed a very dark idea, with exact steps that Mahmoud had to follow. He had to kill Ahmed. Mahmoud rented a car and went to the public transportation station the same morning Ahmed was supposed to leave. He acted like he was also heading to Cairo, offered Ahmed a ride, and because they were cousins, Ahmed accepted without suspicion. Mahmoud brought a friend to help and had a drug-laced juice ready. Ahmed drank the juice and soon after passed out. They drove to a specific area under a bridge on the ring road where they had previously dug a hole. They pulled Ahmed out of the car, hit him on the head multiple times with an axe. Then Mahmoud took out a knife and stabbed him repeatedly to make sure he was dead. They buried the body, smashed his phones, and threw them into the desert. Mahmoud called Rehab and told her everything was done. Her plan was for the crime to remain unknown, and she believed the body would never be found. But the nightmares drove Mahmoud to confess. He led the police to the exact location. The body was recovered, and forensic experts confirmed every detail Mahmoud gave was true. The police went to Rehab's house. Her family and Ahmed's family were in shock. Rehab, driven by love and manipulation, had orchestrated the entire murder. This wasn't just a crime of passion. This was premeditated murder, and Rehab was the living example of the devil's whisper. And finally, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new story.